Hello everyone and welcome to the Smith County Chamber Show. I'm Denise Hackett along with my co-host Jamie, and we have a fun-filled hour for you telling you everything that's going on in Smith County. Jamie, it's going to be a fun day today.
Goodness gracious, we've got a lot on the agenda for today. You're going to love it, so stay tuned in.
Okay, first off, we have Jimmy Maynard, principal at Smith County High School. As well as principal, he has another title and role. He is the head football coach. And they have an event going on, and it's going to be on May 19th. Coach Maynard, what have you got going on at Smith County High School?
Well, we started a year ago. I got a call from Macon County, and they wanted to have an alumni football game. Former players get together, and we did this last year as a fundraiser for our booster club, and profits that we make at the gate, we split the gate, and then each home team, each year we rotate between Macon County and Smith County, and as far as the hosting team, and this year we are the hosting team, and at 7 o'clock on May the 19th, an opportunity to come out and see some of our former players and some of the former players from Macon County. We had a great turnout last year, just a packed house, and had a lot of fun. It was fun for me to get, number one, to get to see a lot of the former players that I'd coached. I guess in 13 years I've been here, most of them that played in the game had played for me, so it was a fun experience for me, and I think a good opportunity for our fans to go back and reminisce about some of those players that they remember from years past.
And you had some to come back from as far as they traveled from where? Where was the person that traveled the furthest?
We had some come from Georgia and some from Alabama.
Wow.
That come back to play, and some that were actually probably in their 40s that played in the game, and I guess Randy Holloman was probably the oldest. I don't guess he'd care for me saying that, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun and good to see some. Of course, I told most of them, a lot of them were skill players or running backs and receivers, but now they all look like linemen. So I just kind of joke with them a little bit, but we all tend to put on a little weight as we get a little bit older again.
Well, I had the opportunity to go. My oldest son, he graduated and played football at Smith County High School, and it was a fabulous opportunity to be able to go back on the football field. These guys, you know, after they graduate, they realize how much fun it was, and a lot of them say, man, if I just had one more chance to get back out there. And this is that opportunity.
Well, they took it seriously, and they were ready to play, and you know, all of them obviously are very competitive, or they wouldn't, I guess, first of all, they wouldn't take a chance on going out and getting hurt, because you know, you do take a big chance when you, actually they're not in shape like they should be, but we practice a couple nights a week for about an hour and a half, and we don't put any pads on. The only time they hit is the day of the game, because we know if we put pads on and we start hitting, they're going to be too sore to play the game. So we did use a little strategy there that worked to our advantage.
Well, and this is a fundraiser once again for both high schools. Not only Smith County High School, but Macon County High School also receives a part of the funds.
They do. We just split the gate right down the middle, and I guess the host team actually gets the concession stand, so we will. But it was good for us last year. We raised about $3,000 for our booster club, and that was a good deal for just a one-night opportunity to raise that much money.
And it's fun to watch, because you had a lot of parents there that their little boys were watching their daddies play football out on the field in jerseys. So it was a neat family thing, and it was a lot of fun to come to. In Macon County, I mean, it was packed. It
was packed. We had a tremendous crowd, and hopefully we'll have the same thing next Saturday night. We'll invite everybody out to see it, because this is tackle football, and this is rough. They take it serious, and it was a very physical game, and we were fortunate enough to win last year 26-0, and hope that we can do the same this time.
Well, and it is a fun event for the whole family to come out to. You'll know someone that's on the field, and there were lawyers out there, you know, people in every type of capacity, so you'll know a lot of people. So it is a fun event to come to. Well, good luck. We hope you win too.
I appreciate it.
Good deal. Well, Janie, who do we have next?
I have a very special guest I'd like to introduce to everyone. This is Miss Barbara Upchurch, and she is a board member with our museum, our Heritage Museum here in Smith County. And Miss Barbara, I understand that you have got some very important visitors that are coming to Smith County on May 11th. Would you please tell our audience a little bit about your visitors, what they're going to be doing, and then we're going to share some special items with them.
Okay, we have the Tennessee State Library and Archives folks coming up on May the 11th, which is next Friday, and they will be here from 10 to 2. And they have got a project going to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the Civil War. And they've already fanned out to such places as Jonesboro and Murfreesboro and Shiloh. And so we're next on the list. We have a significant Civil War history with Battery Hill. Here we had a Union encampment of about 6,000 soldiers at one point. So they're very interested in getting the artifacts and pictures from this area to put on a digital record. So what they call it is that they're going to do a new virtual exhibit, and they're going to give those persons who bring artifacts and items in a copy of the CD, and they're going to, of course, put it online for the general public.
Now,
the donors will not be identified online, but the public will be able to access it ultimately.
So do people bring items in, or is it the items that are already there?
Well, they're going to film the items, of course, and photograph and scan the items that are already in the museum. That's just a small number of items that we could have, I'm sure, from this area, because there are serious collectors of Civil War memorabilia here. So I just brought along a few things from the museum to give your viewers an idea of what is already there, and in case they had similar items to bring in.
And they can bring in things too. So you're asking for the general public to come in and bring their items too,
Absolutely.
right?
I've just mentioned some things that I don't have here. Wartime letters, diaries, photographs, tintypes, uniforms, quilts, rifles, pistols, artillery shells, and in some areas they've brought such items as surgical kits, musical instruments, a horse blanket, and a hand-drawn map. So
Do
just
they
a
need to
variety
be
of-
Smith County items, though?
Well, preferably.
Okay.
Preferably.
Okay.
But this is, it's an area thing. I'm not sure they're going to places like Hartsville and all. So I believe that they would be amenable to those items as well.
Okay, but you know, Janie, there's a lot of people that have things that stored away in closets, things that have been passed down generation to generation.
That's true.
And there's no record of it. So this is a wonderful opportunity for not only the individual to have record of what their family has, but the state museum to have that record. And this is a part of our history. What a wonderful way to contribute.
It really is.
It's a 4-year project. They started last year, and it will go on for 2 more years after this. But we are next on the list, as I said, being an important location. So
You have brought some really neat items here today. Where would you like to start?
Now, I'm holding the gun, so let's get started.
Oh, okay, okay.
well, photographs are interesting, and we have to.
Okay. She wants to. There's some things she wanted to share with us first.
Okay.
I think this one is the photograph of Mr. Massey, who was a kind of an opportunistic soldier in that he fought on both sides, whichever one was the best side to be on at the time. But the Massey family very, very generously donated this picture, and it shows him in this case in his Union uniform. So we have another picture of John Fight, who was actually crossed the wall at Gettysburg and came back to Carthage to be a lawyer and judge, and for whom Fight Avenue is named.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yes, and so he, that family also very generously donated this picture of him in his lovely Confederate uniform. So.
Now, this next item that you said you wanted to donate, I thought this was very interesting because it tells a little bit of a story. Why don't you tell them about this letter?
Well, this letter came to the museum from Terry Manning in the Lancaster community, and apparently he just found it in a trunk in a house that he happened to come into ownership of. And it's in the original letter that a Mr. Swan wrote to another member of his family in 1861, begging him to get on the right side in this conflict. He was a Confederate supporter, and this other person was going to support the Union side. And he went on about how, you know, most of the family was allied with the Confederacy, so he was going to be cut out if he did this, and he certainly personally would be cut out because he felt like this would be the very last letter he would ever write to him. So I think it really is a good example of how divided this county was and the surrounding area in this conflict. So certainly any kind of original piece of writing would be most welcome to these archivists.
Okay, this is really interesting because we have a lot of unique items. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, that's a collection from Battery Hill, and our former mayor of Carthage was quite a collector of these such items, and he donated this little display of minor household and wearing apparel items but they're very interesting, and this is what they are interested in filming is like mini balls, belt buckles.
A thimble.
A thimble is on there.
And a key, part of a key.
Part of a key.
So
We think it's a
anything,
hinge.
you may not think that it's important, anything that you might have. And this
Right.
is a Bible.
Yes, this was carried by a Confederate soldier in Civil War. So it's
Wonderful. And then you've even brought another piece here.
Yes, this our another local collector is John Wagner Jr. and this is an 1851 Colt cap and ball revolver with the original holster, and it would be a similar arm to what Nathan Bedford Forrest would have carried in the Civil War. That's how it's listed in the museum. So, so this is a very treasured item and under lock and key. You can imagine. I've been allowed to have it out for this one day. So.
Yes, we were kind of surprised when you came with the gun, but we understand. It can't hurt anyone. It's not there. Okay, so we've got these wonderful items. Hey, show them that gun again because we've taken it out of the holster and you
We
can
thought
kind of
the
see
guys might want to see this out of the
That's
holster.
true.
So,
All those who are gun collectors. Now, tell us about the reservations that can be made to be involved in this.
Well, you must make reservations. Of course, they're going to copy the things in the museum as part of what they are doing that day. But they are, reserving 4 hours for the public to bring in their items. And that would be from 10 to 2. And you must register online or make a telephone call. And I'll try to read this slowly. It's tn.gov/TSLA/CWTN, or the telephone number is 615-253-3470. You can also, apparently they take it by email. I got this online. At this address, civilwar.tsla@tn.gov, or by fax at 615-532-5315. But reservations are necessary, and they will call you back. A staff member will confirm the reservation.
So there's actually a form at this www.tn.gov/TSLA/CWTN, and there's an application there. They can fill it out and either fax it in or email it back at the email address. You want to give them that phone number one more time?
That would be 615-253-3470. And in case any of you missed it in the Courier, they had a very nice article with this phone number and the online address.
Well, thank you, Miss Barbara, for sharing looking back, the Civil War in Tennessee. We're excited about this, that they're coming to archive. Keep that in mind if you'd like to bring some of your items up that day, but be sure and make your reservation. Thank you, Miss Barbara.
next we have we have Miss Samantha Reed, and she's with the Smith County Farmers Market.
Yes, ma'am.
And Samantha, thank you for coming. It's warm weather. I'm excited. I've seen fresh strawberries. I've
yeah.
had fresh strawberries. People have got their tomato plants out. So tell me how I can go to the farmers market and pick up, and how do I know what's there at the farmers market?
Well, what you can do, we're technically open all year long. Of course, the peak season has come around in just a few months. Like you said, everybody's got their gardens out, including
Yes,
myself.
yes.
But we've got all different kinds of vendors. Of course, we've got the fruit and vegetable growers. Like I said, in a few minutes, all those will be coming in. We also have fall crops. And we've got a couple of vendors that make their own crafts, and they actually have baked goods. We've got a lady, I think, has a tea house that brings her baked goods there.
Oh,
and we're there as early as 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
and we've actually got some people that's come later on in the afternoon, and they stay late in the evening for the commuters after work and things like that. So it's easy to, stop by, swing by. It's at the park, so
Tell everyone where it's located. We know where it is,
Right.
but there may be some that's not familiar with where it is.
if you're, I guess, coming off the interstate, going towards Cookville, eastbound, I think that is, you just get off, take a left, and you'll see it right there on your right, where the soccer field is, the ball field, the park.
You'll see a great big soccer ball
Yeah,
out in the
you
middle
can't
of
miss
the
the soccer
field.
ball.
You can't.
You can't miss that. I moved here about 4 years ago, and that was one of the things like, oh, there's a farmer's market, and there's the big soccer ball.
Right.
But yeah, you can't miss it. It's got a stand. It says farmer's market. It's covered pavilion. Restrooms right beside it, so it's real nice.
And I know that you have a Facebook page too, so someone posts regularly as to who is going to be set up there. Is
Yes,
that right?
ma'am. That's right. What we do, several of the vendors, farmers, whatnot, have smartphones, and they'll go on Facebook the evening before or first thing that morning to put what they're going to have, when they're going to be there. If not, we can contact Ronnie Bassell, who's the president of the farmers market, and let him know, hey, I'm going to have this tomorrow or later today or whatnot. So that's a really good thing, and I encourage everybody to go to Facebook and friend us. That way, like, we've got the strawberries on there and everything. So.
And it's listed Smith County Farmers Market?
Smith County Farmers
Wonderful. Well,
Market,
Janie,
yes.
I've got my tomato plants out, but you know what? They never turn out that well. So I know that I'll be there
well, good.
to come and pick up some fresh vegetables. I try really hard, but mine never look as good as what they have there at the farmer's market. And there are just some things that, I don't put out green beans, but they have people that bring the best fresh
They do.
corn.
We do. We have a variety. Like I said, we've got some people do the baked goods and crafts, but the biggest thing is the fruit and vegetables. I mean, we've got things from peaches and pears and apples. I even had some grapes a couple years ago. So, I mean, we've got your staples, your corn and tomatoes and beans. But people will have eggplants and squash and cucumbers.
And the best thing about it is, this is all Smith County.
Smith County.
In
yes,
fact,
ma'am.
you have to be a member.
Right, yes,
to-
ma'am.
to
You
bring
have to
items
be
up
a
there.
member of, or Smith County resident. You have to grow or produce or make your own items that you're going to bring. It's no kind of yard sale things. It's just strictly produce, baked goods, crafts and things. So.
That has been handmade or grown in
Right,
Smith County.
in Smith County, yes. You can't buy it somewhere else and bring it to the farmer's market.
So how would they become a member?
It's quite easy. Just go to the UT Extension office, just right next to Sitco's Turner's Market there. Monday through Friday, regular business hours. Just walk in and just fill out a short little form, name and address, phone number. It's $20 for a whole year, so you will not
Well, you
find that
can't
in
beat
Cookville or
that.
Gallatin or Lebanon.
No, that's
So,
wonderful.
Yeah, so it's very affordable, and you just go as often as you want.
And set up as often as you want.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
yeah.
great.
And once people get to know, like if they have a certain vendor, or farmer they like to go to, we'll let you know. There's some that have their certain hours and certain days, but some of us, we pick and we just go there whenever we can, and when we sell out, so. You
Well,
just have to
Samantha,
stop
what
by.
do you bring there? What do you take to sell?
Oh my goodness, we have almost an acre of corn.
Oh, wow.
And about an acre of the cucumbers, squash, eggplants, tomatoes, bell peppers.
What kind of corn?
It's yellow sweet corn.
All right.
We gotta do the sweet corn.
Well, I'm very excited about it because there are many people just like myself. They don't have time to do a huge garden, but they appreciate the individuals who take the time and they want to have somewhere to go and to get
Exactly.
these fresh things.
And we
So-
love it. Like a lot of, I don't know about a lot, but several of them do have jobs or they're off in the summer. I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's something to do, you know, people contact. And we love when people ask, well, what can I use okra for? What else can I make? So
Oh.
we will give you all kinds of recipes and things how to do something with. So.
A good place to go. Well, Samantha, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
I appreciate
And
it.
you'll
Thank you.
see me there this summer.
Wow, you'll see me there too. A lot of us.
Wonderful. Okay, we have Elaine West and Diane Ledbetter with the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. And Jamie, you've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
Yes, I have.
It is a wonderful event that we have coming up again in Smith County. And Diane, tell us a little bit about what's going on in Smith County.
Well, in Smith County, our relay is going to be Saturday, June the 2nd, at the Ag Center here in Carthage. It's from 4 o'clock to 6 a.m. the next morning. We have lots of events planned. First of all, the most important thing that we have planned is the Survivors Walk. The Relay for Life is a celebration of our survivors. We celebrate that night. We go and we have fun. We honor them. And we will ask it that night that everything will stop. Whenever we have our Survivors Walk, we give them complete silence. And then we also will have a memory garden area. If you have loved ones that you would like to be remembered, we will have a quiet meditation area set up. You may drop your photos off at Sanderson Funeral Home. That is just a very important thing, and we want to honor and remember all those people that's so important to our lives that have lost their battle. And I guess the most important and exciting part of the relay that night will be the Luminarias ceremony. Luminarias can be bought for anyone that is a survivor, a caregiver, or someone that's lost their fight with cancer. And that will be lit at 9 o'clock. It's beautiful luminarias with candles in white bags. It's put around the walking trail. That's lit at 9 o'clock. We also ask at that time that we will have complete silence for that. We have lots of entertainment lined up. We have the Lily Hill Baptist Church Choir. We have the Covenant Sons Gospel Group, Cornerstone Youth Group. Terry Lynn Weaver will be performing. We also have the children and young adult dance teams. We think everyone will really enjoy that. We also have the Community Youth Choir that's going to perform for us. We have lots of different exciting things to do that we haven't had in the past. We actually are going to have a cow patty contest. We're going to have a mechanical bull put on by Dana.
Okay, there you go, Janie. That's your event right there.
Elaine says she doesn't want any part of the cow patty contest. Okay?
No, why not, Elaine?
Well, I don't understand how it works, first off, and I think it can't be good.
If it's what I know, they can't really talk about it much over the TV either.
It sounds like fun, though. In Smith County, that's our kind of event.
Hey, someone's going to win some money.
That's
Okay,
right.
yes, there's gonna be some
There's
good
gonna be
money
some
won,
mon-
and
yes.
Dana's gonna put up the prize money, and then all the money that's taken in will be profit for Relay.
Is
that
it like
night.
cow patty bingo? Absolutely, sort of.
Okay.
Yes.
Who it
Yes.
So you might want to come just for the cow patty bingo.
That sounds
They
like
tell
fun.
me it gets real interesting if it's on two numbers at the same time. You have to really make a distinction between
Right.
who won and who didn't.
We have told you actually have to weigh the square, so.
Oh, my
Denise, did you notice she made a word there for us? Stink.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So.
But now, all of this you have been working very hard.
Yes.
And Elaine
Yes.
is the chairperson
Yes,
this
she
year.
is. Yes.
You have formed teams. You have teams that have worked all year long to raise money for a good cause,
Yes.
which is the American Cancer
Yes, we
Society.
have.
Yes.
And
We're blessed to have 20 teams.
that's
inside.
wonderful.
Some of them are year-round teams. Many of them are new teams. We have 4 new teams this year. We've never had Dana. We've never had Graphic Packaging.
Oh, that's great.
We've never had Bonnell. We've never had Walmart.
That's
So
wonderful.
we have got 4 new, potentially big teams.
Those
And
are
I-
huge teams.
And I know they are really working, and it also gives us the potential to have more people at the event because
Yes.
of their connections and all.
Most
And so
definitely.
we're looking to have a real good event, like Diane told you, all the real serious things and the real things that are close and dear to our heart, but we want to have some fun that night too. Because to get all the people there, you've got to have a fun event. And so we've got a lot of good food. Everybody come out, eat dinner with us. We're gonna have hot dogs, hamburgers, pulled pork barbecue, all
sounds
kinds of
good.
It
good.
sounds, and it's
Good
not
things.
just for the people. You don't have to be a cancer survivor. It's
No,
not
no.
just for the teams.
Anybody.
It is for the public to
It's
come
for the
out to.
public to-
And it's for all ages. Y'all
Let-
have
yes.
activities for all ages.
Let me tell you this year, we're really focusing on the young people, the young children. We really want parents to bring them in. We're going to be having, of course, bouncy houses and pony rides, but one
my.
thing that we're doing, we're going to have a hayride, and it's just for young children. And we hope to have that hayride going on most of the night, and it's a big enough area there that we can do that, and kids love hayrides. And also another way we're going to feature the young children, we're going to do a wagon parade, and it's going to be called Kids with Wagon Loads of Hope. And we want the parents to decorate the children's red wagons, bring them out, and we will have a winner. We'll have someone to judge their red wagons, and that'll be a ceremony. It'll be just a total going around the ring and the track with those kids, and it's called Kids with Wagon Loads of Hope.
Well, y'all have definitely planned a wonderful event. And if anyone has any questions, I'm sure they can contact Elaine at the Smith County Library.
Be glad to
And if
help
they
them.
want to get on board, I'm sure that you would welcome any
It is
helping
not
hands.
never too late.
Never too
June
late.
the 3rd, it's not too late.
Right.
Right,
That's
exactly.
right.
And once again, tell us the date of the event.
June the 2nd, over at Smith County Ag Center from 4 p.m. on Saturday to 6 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Because, why does it go overnight, ladies? Tell
Because
us.
cancer never sleeps. As a
Absolutely.
cancer survivor myself, it never sleeps.
You are too, aren't you, Denise?
Yes, I'm a
And
cancer
I am
survivor.
too, 14 and a half years, so yay.
So it's a wonderful event. We encourage you to come out, enjoy, have a good time, but while you're having a good time, you know you're doing a wonderful thing and contributing to a wonderful organization that helps to save lives and do many, many research to help prevent cancer.
Exactly. Thank you both
Good.
for
Thank
all
you.
that you've done to raise
You're
money
welcome.
for this worthwhile cause.
You're welcome.
And Janie, now we have someone exciting coming up, and
Yes,
I
we
bet
do.
you know a lot about this event.
Well, actually, I'm going to learn a lot today.
Well, today, guys, gentlemen, tell us a little bit. You have a special horse show coming up, and it's the Civitan Horse Show. So kind of tell us a little bit what's going on. And
Well, as is the case, not only in our area, but this area is blessed with, for a long time, having regular horse shows. But something that's unusual about the South Carthage Civitan Club is it showcases walking horses, Tennessee walking horses. In
I didn't know we had any in Smith County.
Oh, yeah, tons of them.
Do
Yeah,
we?
and
That's
people that
fabulous.
raise them, we're blessed with people that have
I had
actually,
no idea. Did you know we had walking
No, I
horses in
equestrians that
Smith
have raised them for years.
County? Wow.
And as a result, quite popular. This is the 49th annual, so we're one away from the Big 50. It started in 1964. It falls this lot, June 17th. It's a Friday night. What time can we start?
5:30.
And it's not a shotgun start, but it is rain or shine. Makes no difference what the weather holds. It's at a ring that we've been using now for, I think we're in our 6th year. A beautiful ring. Those that come to visit Smith County for that purpose, one of the nicest outdoor rings, and at this time of year, it's a beautiful time of year to come out.
And now, where is it, Gary Wayne?
It is over next to the Agricultural Center, off 53. The young lady before had said something about the soccer ball. Turn at the soccer ball, and it's in a lush river bottom next to the Caney Fork River. That, as a result, makes it a little cooler, a nice venue. In fact, it can get to be quite chilly. There's 28 classes. Mike Lee was nice enough. He serves as ringmaster. He's also co-chair. He and Edward Massey, Edward for years chaired the event. And this is new blood, and I think he's in his 3rd year as ringmaster. So tell us some about 28
Oh,
classes.
we got 28 classes. Well, I started out too, by the way, working the gate. I got the
So you
Civitan
moved your
Club.
way up.
Yeah.
You started at the gate
Started
and you moved your way up to
opening the gate.
ringmaster.
Then I
Well,
was-
with more responsibility, he actually moved himself down to ringmaster.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm the master of the ring. So, yeah, Friday night, June 17th, class start at 5:30 till we get done. Usually, according to how many,
Wee hours?
yeah, according to how many horses we have. So, entry fee would be $25 a class. This year, we're going to have the similar classes if anybody showed up last year. walking horses, youth, adult classes. We've got saddle mules. That's a gated mule class. We have a speed racking, if anyone's ever seen
Which is
speed
way
racking.
fun. It's like the equivalent of taking a Tennessee walking horse, turning them up where they actually race. It's quite a dangerous looking event.
Oh, yeah, it's real,
My
really
favorite
fast.
part of the show.
Yeah,
It's very
it's
fast.
a big hit. People
But
seem
you
to love
don't have to have a Tennessee walking horse. There's all different types of classes. Is that right, or does it need to be a walking
Yes,
horse?
well, it needs to be a a gated horse.
Okay.
We don't
So I
have,
can't bring my pony?
well, we have pony classes.
Oh, do you?
but-
Okay.
But we don't have the, this is not quarter horse classes. These are gated judged events. We have our judge this year, Jackie Byram out of Tullahoma. He'll be judging our show.
I bet you'll have a lot of good awards also.
Oh, yeah, we give away, each class, we pay 5 places. And like I said, Dwayne said that the proceeds go to a scholarship program.
And that's where the high school, you give a scholarship to Gordonsville and Smith County high school students, correct?
We take time about, for instance, this last year's event funded Carthage, Smith County High School, and as a result, by rotation, next year will be Gordonsville High School, and the following back and forth. $1,500 scholarship to each school each year, and those are voted on by the members of South Carthage Civitana. We have an application process. All the seniors are able to place application with Civitana. We make that available through the local guidance offices.
Well, this is a wonderful organization, and you'll have food there too. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
main thought. Well, are they going to have food? What kind of food are you going to have?
Usually we have, there'll be a concession stand set up there with hot dogs, hamburgers, that
And
sort of
the
thing.
Interact Club, I don't think Chris Jones would mind at all me using his name. We've been blessed with having Chris and the Interact to man that concession. It's a fundraiser for them. They keep their proceeds. We get the gate, and we also get where you have entry fees for the horses themselves. And this is our main fundraiser. You don't see us doing roadblocks or any other fundraiser during the course.
Now, I have a question. If someone would like to enter, what would they need to do?
Janie wants to enter.
Yeah, I
So
want
tell
to.
Janie how to
I'm
enter.
gonna buy a horse.
No.
You can, pre-entry forms are available, or we can have, you can enter as you come to the show.
Oh,
Oh, so
okay.
you don't have
Just
to
show up.
pre-enter. You can
You
show
don't have
up
to.
with your horse.
The majority of our horses show up day of show, and
So you,
there may or may not be more than one horse show on this particular night. Different extenuating circumstances, price of fuel, how far you wish to travel, the weather on a given night. That all plays
I'm
into
sure.
what style and size horse show that you have.
about how many horses did you have there last year? Do you know?
Last year we didn't have as big a turnout, I think around 80 horses.
Oh, that's a lot to me. 80 horses.
Yeah.
And
85
the,
maybe.
the Tennessee one, they're just a beautiful horse.
Oh, they're great, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
To be able to see, and there's a lot of people and children. I don't think I've ever seen a Tennessee walking horse close and up personal. So I'd like to come just to be able to see myself.
We'd be glad to have you and all those that want to come check it out. Also, I want to put props in. Whenever you come, you'll see that you get a program. You're handed that as you come through the gates. We sell ads for the program. The ads, we are blessed with some of the finest businesses
Yes, we are.
that have for years backed the horse show. Some of them, even the full 48 years. And I want
Wow.
to give props up at this time. I
Yes.
see different as I turn through, and I know they're 48-year.
Well, it's wonderful businesses that it helps you to put
That's
on
correct.
your event and to do what you're doing for the students that receive these scholarships. And
Correct.
Okay, so tell us, when is this event going to be again?
It will be June the 15th on a Friday night, starting at 5:30.
Great. Well, we all need to, that would be a great place to take your family.
yes, it would.
On a Friday night,
A
so-
Friday night
A
event.
footnote, if you've got kids, there's very safe areas. Sister Denise was nice enough to say something about not ever having seen horses. You're actually able to come out, and the kids are able to see these quite majestic.
Oh, that's
look-
wonderful.
yeah.
So they'll be able
Good
to
night.
get up close.
You won't see this everywhere unless you go to Shelbyville.
Wow, what an opportunity, and thank you for what you do and what the club does for the community. We appreciate it very much.
Jamie, Denise, thanks for your time.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Now, for all of you runners in our audience, we have got a special guest with us. Today we have Mr. Walper, and tell us a little bit about the event that's coming up very soon. Let's see, is it Run the River?
Run the River, right. And, well, we are Seventh-day Adventists, and we are involved in our community. And to start out with, I'd just like to say that we're trying to raise some money for our Smith County Help Center. They've lost some funding, as many programs of that type have, and so we were concerned about that they're lost their funding. So we thought, well, what can we do about that? So we've organized a run. It's June the 17th. We're beginning at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll be meeting at the Lancaster Seventh-day Adventist Church, where that was where it would be organized at. But then the race actually starts at Center Hill Dam. And
Okay.
it's a 4.5-mile race that has been told to me that it's a beautiful run. I'm not a runner. The only time I run is if I'm
Jamie is.
running
Jamie
from
may
something.
be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But I bet you can have walkers too. Do you
Well,
have
walkers,
to run?
You don't
Okay.
have to run, no, but we have made it possible to have the road closed for a period of time. So it's going to be a traffic-free area.
Oh, wow.
So we can't
We
be
may
all
have to
day.
put up with some vehicles, Jamie, if
Yeah.
we
We
go
may
because
have to when we go run our
That's
4.5 miles. This is a unique distance.
It's a unique distance and actually a unique day. It's Father's Day. And some people have scratched their head and say, well, why are you doing that on Father's Day? Well, that's why it's 8 o'clock in the morning, to try to get people involved in the race and be able to get away and get their lunch or whatever they're doing with their fathers. And also, as a part of the race, one of the prizes will be for the best combined time of a father-child.
wow,
so,
that's a great.
You know, if Daddy can run, 10 miles an hour and get through the race more quickly, that's okay. If the child comes along and when they add their combined times up, there will be a trophy given for the lowest combined time. So it was a unique distance, kind of a unique time, a unique race, and I believe it's going to be a real success and people coming out, and I hope to raise quite a bit of money for the Smith County Help Center.
I bet this will be not only a beautiful race, but I would say it'd be cool down by the river. The river's
At
always
8 o'clock
cool.
in the morning and by the lake. And how do individuals, we have information at the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. Y'all have been gracious, so we have all the information for those to register. But if they can't get to the Chamber of Commerce, where can they go to sign up for this?
Well, preferably, you can go to our website, which is runtherivertn.org, and there is a registration form there, or you can go to active.com and register there. That would really be the preferred method because they're managing all the registration for us. But if you would like to download this form, it is online at runtherivertn.org. You could do that and mail it to us. I'd also like to mention about sponsorship. If anyone would like to sponsor this race, we're encouraging businesses and individuals, if they would like to donate either directly to the Smith County Help Center or to this race, which if you donate, cash donation like that, of course, it would go directly to the Help Center. But we are trying to raise money for the Help Center, and that's primarily why we're doing this. So this registration form is there, and this sponsorship form will also be online if you'll go to our website at runtherivertn.org.
There are very few organizations in our county that I can think of that would deserve something any more than the Help Center, because they serve so many people and they work so hard, and we appreciate you doing this. Now, if someone wanted to come the morning of the run, is that okay?
Absolutely, yes. Late registration is a real possibility, and that's not a problem. We do encourage people to register, to pre-register, because if they do pre-register, we'll know what size shirt they're going to be needing.
So they get a T-shirt.
So all
Oh, that's a
pre-registrants.
good thing to know.
Yeah.
Everybody likes getting those T-shirts.
Right, all
Now, where do they
pre-registrants
come
will get-
to for this?
Well, right downtown Lancaster, at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we'll be organizing right there and getting our registration and lineup. And actually, for people who are runners, if you know anything about RFID, it's going to be a chipped race, so they can time themselves accurately, and they'll be running against the clock if they want to check themselves out. I know a lot of people run 5Ks, 10Ks, but if people are running the 5K race, they may want to push themselves a little bit to this 4 mile or 4.5 mile race because it's a little more than 7K. And so I know a lot of people who are runners really like to get out there and push themselves a little bit and just see what they can actually do. So it would be an excellent race for them.
Well, it's a great event. It's a great cause. It goes to a wonderful Smith County Help Center. As Janie said, you're doing a great thing for our community, and we appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you.
You know, Denise, something that we need to mention to our audience today, and this is for you too, if you decide to run, and that is that anyone that wants to register the day of that 4.5 mile race at Lancaster, they need to be there by 6 o'clock in the morning because the pre-registration people can come at 8. But if you want to show up the day of the race,
That would be me that would forget to register, so I would need to be there at 6 o'clock.
exactly.
Okay, we have something very special going on this month at the Chamber. On May 17th, we have the Smith County Chamber of Commerce, our annual banquet and meeting. So that's the 17th. It's at the Smith County Ag Center. It's going to be so much fun. Our special guest and speaker is Governor Phil Bredesen. So he will be there. So it's going to be a fun evening. And also, this sounds like so much fun. This is the first annual on May 19th. I've never been to a chicken extravaganza.
Well, I can't say that I have either.
But it's in Dixon Springs. Dixon Springs is a wonderful small community that we have in our area, a historic community. And I'm so glad they've done some preservations there, Janie. And this is put on by the Dixon Springs Historical Society.
Oh, wow.
And it's a fundraiser for their society. And honestly, let me see, the person that they are honoring this year, I'll have to look and see, her name was Miss Nanny Bruford Bridgewater, and she was a property owner from Dixon Springs, and she was known nationwide for her prize-winning chickens.
Oh my goodness.
So it's going to be a fun event. They're going to have all type of events going on that day, and it's going to be a fun day in Dixon Springs. A good thing to come out to, and once again, that's on May 19th, and it begins at 10 a.m. and goes until 2 p.m.
Now, that's for chicken people. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't have to be a chicken person.
That's right, that's right. But for you golfers, we do have something for you. On May 19th, the Rotary Club will be having their golf tournament, and it is the 8th annual golf tournament. It will be held at the Cookville Golf Club, and registration is from 8 until 8:45, and the tee-off time is 9 o'clock. Prizes are going to be given, and registration forms are available at the Smith County Library if you'd be interested in that. Do you golf, Denise?
Absolutely not. My husband took me one time. It was the only time he took me. He said I talk too much. I can't imagine that. Can you?
I cannot imagine that. But now I do love to golf, but I haven't done it in a long time. I'm going to take it up again.
You wouldn't want me to be on your team.
Proceeds of this, though, do go to the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library here in Smith County. So all you golfers, be sure and sign up for the Rotary Club Golf Tournament on May the 19th. Also, though, for those of you who don't go to the golf tournament, we really need you for our Great American Cleanup, which is coming up. This is a part of the Keep Smith County Beautiful group, and we're going to do numerous projects on May the 19th, and that's on a Saturday. We are encouraging groups such as church youth groups, families, clubs, organizations, businesses to get a team together and come out, because we're actually going to give away prizes this year to the winning teams, and we'll tell you more about that later. But once we get the winners for that, but we also, if anyone would like to come but they don't feel like they have the energy to clean up with us, we're going to do landscaping projects, trash pickup. You can come and donate clothing towards the Help Center. That actually goes toward our numbers for the Great American Cleanup, believe it or not. So if you'd like to bring clothing and a can of vegetables, we're asking each team member that's coming or any participants to bring a can of vegetables, which will go toward the Help Center, which is, again, is a great cause. The event will start at 9 o'clock, and we're meeting at the Rotary Shelter at Crump Harris Park. Again, you pull right beside the ballpark where the big soccer ball is on Ag Center Lane. Go right behind the ball field, and that's where we'll be meeting at 9 o'clock on May the 19th. So bring your group out.
I have seen a lot of action and commotion going on here at the courthouse, the Smith County Historic Courthouse, and a lot of things happening. I have seen concrete trucks. We've got some guys here, Mayor Michael Nesbitt and Commissioner Bill Woodard, as well as on the Living Committee. They have all the inside scoop, Jamie. So they're going to tell us what's going on.
Well, I don't know about inside scoop, but we can tell you a lot of what's going on here at the courthouse. The first thing I'd like to say is that we are in the middle of our paver project, and we're using that to raise money to help renovate the courthouse and keep it going. We want the courthouse to remain a vital and vibrant part of the community, and that's why we're doing this. And the county commission, in their wisdom, voted to allow us to keep it going, and I want to thank them, and any of you that supported that, I want to thank you for that. And I've got several topics here, so I can go down the line. I know the mayor has several things he wants to say.
I will say this on regard to what the county commission did. Of course, we moved out of the historic courthouse in the last part of December 2010, somewhere in that area. The clerk's office and everything moved to the new courthouse and jail that we built, and then soon after that, the sheriff's office moved there too. So this building has been vacant since that time. But we still have our county commission meetings here on the second Monday of every other month, starting in January. And so that second floor is still very used. And then, of course, we've renovated some of it already. We've done about $50,000 worth of work on the courthouse already, not even including what's outside that you're going to talk about in a few minutes.
Okay.
Well, and one of the things I wanted to mention, you see here we have a paver. This is one of the pavers, an example of what's going to be going in front in the area that we've poured the concrete. And you can purchase those, and I'll just go ahead and tell you where. If you go to one of the banks, I think Capital Bank actually has this display. If you go to the Walton Hotel, I believe the Chamber, you can go by there. You can go by the mayor's office, and there's several places that you can go and get an application to get a paver put in either a memorial for someone or just if you want to say anything. The application looks like this. And I don't know if you can get a picture of that, but anyway, this is the form that you would fill out, and you can get a 4x4, an 8x8, and then they have some medallions that are 24x24 that you can purchase, and like I say, you can immortalize anyone that you'd like.
That's wonderful. Now, what are the prices on those bricks, Bill?
The 4x8s are $100. The 8x8s are $200, and the 24x24
That's
are
the corporate sponsor.
Corporate sponsors.
Those are $1,000.
$1,000.
And then your name is engraved, or whatever name that you so choose is engraved in that brick. Is that right?
And I would like to also throw this out there that we're going to use a local company here, Smith County Monument, that is actually we're going to buy the pavers from them, plus they're going to do the engraving. And I think some of the leadership classes have actually been to their facility there where they do that. It's pretty amazing what they can do.
It is, and it's great that you're using a local Smith County business to do that.
And this is a list of folks that have signed up and already purchased. So we've got quite a few. That's
So
single
wow,
space.
many. That's amazing.
Yeah, how many of you?
I'm sorry to say I haven't counted it, and I
I
don't
know,
know.
I know
Pages.
the, I
But
know
you
the
know-
dollar figure. You know, I'm always.
You're the bottom line here.
But I know we've raised somewhere in the neighborhood of $20,000 already.
But you have more to sell.
Oh, a lot more to
A
say.
lot more to sell, and that money all goes to the renovation and keeping these doors open
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that it can be used.
Yes, ma'am.
And if someone wants to be front and center in the depiction here, when you look at the front of the courthouse, the area that we're doing first is the one that is center between the two brick walkways. So now would be a good time to get your brick paver if you wanted to have someone immortalized, and they're going to be down from now on, because I believe this building will be here for many, many years to come.
Well, and you know what? Mother's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. I don't know about y'all, but I struggle. This gift lasts forever, and it also
certainly does.
goes to a wonderful organization. So it would be nice to give your parents, or your mom, or your dad, you know, a brick paver. And that would be a wonderful idea, because you always don't know what to get someone.
Well, and who knows, 200 years from now, maybe your great-great-great-grandchildren will come and they'll look at your brick. So
They'll come all the way to Smith County just to look at
And
that
willing
brick
to
with
see
their
your
name.
name.
from wherever.
It's very interesting how that, of course, as you said that you saw the concrete trucks backing up.
yes.
And, you know, a lot of people want to know what was going on. Of course, I was a little bit concerned when we started doing this. I thought we were fixing to cut all this grass out, and it's going back to this big mess. And we had a local contractor that actually poured the concrete, and they did a great job. I mean, they kept it clean. I did not see one day, and I'm very particular, I did not see one day that I was disappointed in the way they kept it. So they did a good job in pouring the concrete. And I say get your brick now, because as he said, once we get this section complete, it may be a little bit before we're able to do the other two sections. But on that same point though, if somebody wants to purchase later on, there is a way to pull blank bricks out, engrave those, and put them back in.
That's wonderful. And for the people that don't know and haven't seen, this is for a section right in front of the courthouse, a highly visible area, just right in front of our courthouse steps.
Yeah, at the north entry, and if somebody wants to get in on this would be the time. Someone might ask, well, why save the courthouse? I can't imagine not wanting to, but this building was built in the 1800s. The site that it is on was here and being in use during the Civil War. There's a lot of history here. When I was a child, I remember coming here with my grandfather, and I remember it looking essentially the way it does now. So a lot of people have memories of this, and we want it to remain open so that they can come in and see.
I'm glad you said that, because I remember when I came here to work in 1983, the courthouse to me was it just drew me to this town. And I think it draws a lot of people in. So there is a good reason to keep it open right there.
It's an empire-style architecture, and it's pretty unique in the state. And there's several county seats around us that over the years have torn down their courthouses. To a man, anyone that I've talked to, they have said they regretted that, and they wish they had kept theirs. So I'm very proud that we have this building.
Well, Bill, we've got the papers going on outside. I know there's a lot of things happening inside, and they have been busy getting rooms ready. And tell us a little bit. I know 2 special rooms, and I know the ladies at the library are very excited about the genealogy and the archives that are going to be able to be in this facility.
Well, it's been a problem for us, storage space. The mayor can attest to that. Storage here is at a premium, especially for some of the documents that we need to keep. And so what we've been able to do is the archives are in the room below the library, which it's kind of I hate to say it, a dark, damp room.
It's not a good place to keep very important.
Exactly. It's not good for the records. And so what we've decided to do on the south, east, and west corners of the first floor, we are going to let the archives have those vaults and offices to go in and put their shelves up and basically display the archives. In the vault, there is a long, tall window that will remain intact. They'll put a desk there, and you'll be able to take these books and actually look in them and look up your ancestry or court documents or anything.
And we have a lot of people that travel to Smith County to come and research their family history. And I know Miss Petty has worked very hard and very diligent to get these rooms planned out, these new rooms, exactly how they need to be.
And also, not only the paper study, but also we're going to have, with DTC Communications, they're actually going to put wireless internet in this building. So you'll be able to have your laptop, you'll be able to do research on that while you're in the building also.
Oh, wow,
That'll be perfect.
One thing I'd like to add, the county court, the mayor and the county court were able to help us get a grant, and we've actually installed high efficiency lighting in the courthouse, and we've done it in such a manner that it doesn't take away from the historical content, and we've done that in the offices. That part of the remodel is done. We've fixed the ceilings. A lot of the ceilings in the courthouse were basically a hanging ceiling, and we've removed them in some of the offices. And so when you walk in there, you'll see exactly the way it was, like when I was a child coming in with the fan hanging down, with the blades turning, and it's going to bring a lot of memories back. I also like to mention on the north, east, and west corners, we're going to have the genealogy over in the northeast corner of the courthouse in the front on the first floor, and then on the northwest corner, we're planning on incorporating, well, Mayor, you may want to talk about that, the original center.
Right, and we have met with MTSU and some people out of Cookeville also helping us with the upcoming development district, Mr. Randy Williams. But what we're going to do here is the Cumberland Regional Heritage Center is what it would be called here. And we're working on the Walton Road Scenic Byway, and we're at the end of that. So this makes us more attractive too with this old courthouse here, you know, bringing traffic in. So.
It actually ends here at this,
Yes,
it starts in Rome County and it ends here in Smith County at our courthouse. Now tell us some things we have going on up on the upper levels, Bill.
Well, there are plans. This is an ongoing project, and as we raise funds and as we're able to do it, we're going to do some other things. On the second floor where the county court meets right now, they've been gracious enough to allow us to offer this to a community theater group. And there are plans in the works right now to have some type of community theater or something, some function like that go on in that area. And what they have agreed to do, the ones that have been involved in it so far, they're going to maintain the historical look of that area, and they're going to try and actually help with that. And if they ever were to move out, you'd be able to restore that back to the original court that was in there in the 1800s. The court setting that's in there now was put in there sometime in the 80s, and it's not as historically accurate as you would have something that. On the third floor, what we would like to do is recreate Cordell Hull's office, Al Gore Sr. and Al Gore Jr.'s offices. Smith County has 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners, and we would like to be able to point that out. No one, we've actually had visitors come from Europe, and they come to Smith County because of this draw, and we need something that they can touch and see and feel.
Exactly.
And that would give them a touch point that they could come to and be able to see the history that's here. And the reason that we're calling it regional, Smith County was the original county that all the counties around us was formed out of. Wow. And so we have a connection to every one of the, or at least I am told that. All of these, it's like Dixona, the state legislature actually met down there. So this area has been very important in the history of the Upper Cumberland since the beginning. And so we want to point that out and align ourselves with, like the Granville Heritage Day and things that are going on so that we can help them to help us to keep the history alive.
One other thing that's going to be going on here too, Denise and Janie, is in the bottom floor, along probably this wall that's sitting to the left of us, there's going to be a veterans kiosk. And we come up with the idea. There was one courthouse that actually hung pictures all over the walls and veterans from their community. And it took up all the wall space and ended up putting the pictures in albums. So it created a lot of paperwork. I had the idea one day looking at a doctor's office. They had a flat screen TV and they had all the doctors scrolling through in their office spaces and their numbers and their addresses and all that. And I thought we should be able to do that with veterans. So we can take essentially and have an endless supply, a database that we could put input into this. So Mr. Bob Baker, which is our Veteran Service Officer, he's been working with a gentleman out of Virginia and actually did the work on the World War II memorial that's in Washington, D.C. Not only did we start something for Smith County, it's actually going to be a worldwide website that other communities can use also to do the same thing. So we started something here thinking it's just us and ended up being, could be a worldwide thing that would be able to, there'd be a picture of them, also what branch of service they served in, any special honors, anything that the family wanted to put in.
That's fabulous. There is a lot of exciting things going on here at the Smith County Courthouse.
If we have time, one last thing I'd like to mention, we're going to have a Civil War exhibit.
Dr. Van West.
Dr. Van West and Randy Williams, and there's several people that have come here. They're going to help us with this, and I think the mayor mentioned or alluded to it, but what we're wanting to do is try and tie this in. We have several Civil War sites here in the area, and we'd like to take this as a center point and try and help develop those because we have a lot of heritage like that here.
We sure do.
And our full goal here is someday have this open every day of the week also. We may have to have it open 2 or 3 days a week to begin with and then work into a full-time situation. So just invite everybody to come out.
Thank you for joining us today. If there are any questions that you have about anything that you saw concerning any event, any opportunity, please don't hesitate to call the Smith County Chamber of Commerce at 735-2093. You can visit our website. We have all of these wonderful activities listed on our website at www.smithcounty.org. smithcountychamber.com. And come on down to Smith County and see what a wonderful place we have.